If you could peer inside the mind of the average modern human, you would not find peace. You would find an arena of relentless noise, phantom arguments, and invisible chains. Every single day, millions of people awake not to the quiet dignity of their own existence, but to an immediate assault of anxiety. You worry about what your boss thought of your tone. You obsess over an offhand comment made by a stranger. You lie awake at 3 a.m. replaying a mistake from 3 years ago, or dreading a catastrophe that has not yet happened and likely never will. You believe you are reacting to reality, but you are not. You are fighting ghosts. 2,000 years ago, in the bustling heart of imperial Rome, Lucius Annaeus Seneca looked upon the men and women of his time and recognized the exact same spiritual illness. Seneca was a man who knew true crisis. He had been exiled to the rocky crags of Corsica, navigated the treacherous halls of Roman power under Emperor Nero, and faced death multiple times. Yet amidst chaos, Seneca discovered a secret that modern society has completely forgotten. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The ancient Stoics never wasted a single second of their lives worrying about the things that consume your days. They did not care about social standing, ungrounded rumor, or phantom fears. They understood that the human mind has a dangerous habit. It creates its own hell, builds the walls, and then complains about being trapped. If you are exhausted from overthinking, if you feel controlled by the judgments of others, or if your mind constantly drags you into panic over the future, this video is your blueprint. Today, we will explore 4 timeless Stoic rules from Seneca that will help you break free from mental bondage, reclaim your internal fortress, and stop caring about what does not matter. Before we unlock Seneca's rules, we must understand why your mind betrays you. Consider how much of your daily energy is consumed by events that exist only in your head. You imagine failing an exam, losing your job, or being rejected by someone you respect. Your heart rate rises. Your chest tightens. Your body reacts to these thoughts with real physiological stress. Yet, physically, you are sitting in a quiet room, completely safe. Seneca wrote extensively about this human flaw in his famous letters to Lucilius. He observed that most people do not suffer from actual misfortune. They suffer from the anticipation of it. We construct elaborate mental nightmares, convinced that by dwelling on them, we are preparing ourselves. In truth, we are simply torturing ourselves in advance. As Seneca warned his friend Lucilius, that there are more things likely to frighten us than there are to crush us. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When you spend your life reacting to imagined catastrophes, you become a prisoner of your own thoughts. You give power to things that have no substance. The Stoics recognized that until you master your imagination, you will remain a slave to every passing fear. Let us now examine the 4 rules Seneca established to reclaim total mental freedom. Seneca's first rule for mental freedom is absolute. You must stop punishing yourself for problems that do not exist. In Letter 13, Seneca gives Lucilius a practical framework for dealing with anxiety. He tells him that when a fearful thought strikes, you must put it on trial immediately. Ask yourself 3 ruthless questions. First, is this trouble real right now, or am I creating it from rumor and suspicion? Second, am I exaggerating the consequence? Third, Even if the worst happens, is it truly the end of my sovereignty? Most of what keeps you up at night fails this simple test. You hear a rumor at work and immediately picture yourself ruined. Someone looks at you coldly, and you assume they despise you. You take a faint possibility and treat it as an absolute certainty. Seneca advised, "Do not bring your troubles upon yourself before they come. Some things torment us more than they ought. Some torment us before they ought. Some torment us when they ought not to torment us at all." The Stoic does not ignore reality. The Stoic simply refuses to add imaginary weight to real life. When fear whispers that everything is about to collapse, answer it with Stoic clarity. Has it happened yet? If the answer is no, return your mind to the present moment. Stop fighting ghosts! Seneca's second rule strikes at the core of modern vanity. You must stop caring what people think, because most people do not even know what they think themselves. We live in a culture obsessed with external validation. People spend money. They do not have to buy things. They do not need to impress people they do not even like. Every post, every outfit, every word is filtered through the terrifying question, what will they think of me? Seneca observed this exact obsession in ancient Rome, where citizens ruined their lives chasing the applause of the crowd. In his treatise on the firmness of the wise man, Seneca made a profound point. Why do you value the judgment of someone whose character you do not respect? If a foolish person praises you, does that make you good? If a foolish person criticizes you, does that make you flawed? A lion does not concern itself with the opinion of sheep. A Stoic sovereign recognizes that another person's opinion is merely a breath of air, a fleeting vibration of sound waves. It has no physical weight. It cannot penetrate your mind unless you choose to invite it in. Seneca wrote in Letter 5, "We should strive to live a better life than the crowd, not a contrary life. Our goal is to live according to nature, not to provoke the hatred of mankind. But let us never adjust our virtue to satisfy their demands." Stop letting random observers dictate your self-worth. Their praise is empty, and their criticism is harmless. Master your own standards, and let the world talk as it will. Seneca's third rule addresses the thief of human happiness, the habit of living anywhere except the present moment. Your mind is constantly pulling you into two non-existent realms, the past and the future. When you live in the past, you feel regret, shame, and anger over things you can never change. When you live in the future, you feel anxiety, dread, and impatience over things that have not yet occurred. On the Shortness of Life, Seneca pointed out that life is not short because of its natural duration. It is short because we waste it. We allow our minds to wander into yesterday and tomorrow, leaving today completely unlived. Seneca wrote, "Two things must be rooted out: the fear of future suffering and the memory of past suffering. The one has no longer any concern for me, and the other has no concern for me yet." Every time you catch your mind spiraling into tomorrow's tasks or yesterday's mistakes, execute immediate Stoic reset. Look around you. What is required of you right now, in this exact minute? Perform that single duty with calm excellence. The present moment is the only territory you will ever own. Do not surrender it to memories or phantoms. Seneca's fourth and ultimate rule is the foundation of all Stoic power. You must establish an internal fortress that no external event can breach. In the modern world, people are emotionally fragile because they anchor their happiness to external conditions. If the weather is good, their mood is good. If someone treats them well, they feel happy. If a plan fails, they crumble. They have given the remote control of their soul to the outside world. Seneca taught that true freedom means becoming invulnerable to external fortune. In his writings on tranquility, he urged Lucilius to understand that nothing outside your own mind can truly harm your character. A wise man is self-sufficient, Seneca declared. He needs nothing outside himself to live well, though he welcomes good fortune when it comes. If he loses his wealth, his health, or his status, he remains intact because his true value was never tied to those things. Imagine living with that level of power. Imagine knowing that no matter what market crash occurs, no matter what insult is hurled, no matter what hardship strikes, your inner calm remains untouched. This is not coldness or emotionless apathy. It is supreme self-mastery. It is the realization that your mind is your kingdom, and you are its sole ruler. Let us summarize Seneca's 4 rules for mental freedom. Rule 1. Eliminate imagined sorrows. Stop fighting ghosts and putting yourself on trial for catastrophes that haven't happened. Rule 2. Refuse to be a slave to opinions. Stop seeking validation from people whose values you do not share. Rule 3. Anchor yourself in the present. Reclaim today from the shadows of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow. Rule 4. Master internal sovereignty. Build an unshakable mind that external events can never destroy. Stoicism is not a dry academic philosophy to be studied in quiet libraries. It is a battle tactic for daily life. It is the art of standing tall when the storm rages, of keeping your head when everyone around you is losing theirs. Starting today, whenever you feel anxiety rising or overthinking taking hold, pause. Ask yourself, is this something a Stoic sovereign would worry about? Or am I creating my own prison? Drop the imaginary weight. Reclaim your time. Master your mind. If this philosophy resonates with you, subscribe to Stoic Mind for more ancient wisdom tailored for modern resilience. Leave a comment below with which rule spoke to you most today. Until next time, remember, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength